All right, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux, your local satanist at Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is number one. Crap. 119, 120, something. Spoiling dead. Anyway, it's the fifth episode of the ninth season. Rick Grimes' last episode. I'm going to go ahead and say this is not his last episode. It might be the last one for another couple of years. But I'm wagering by the beginning of season 11 or the finale of season 10, we're going to see him.
You're hoping.
The next three episodes are all that's left of the half of the season. Rick, look, I'm going to go ahead and say I bought the the whole episode. Oh God, like I don't even know where to begin. Okay, I guess we'll just start at the beginning. Like him seeing Shane, seeing Herschel, seeing Sasha, yeah. Here's the thing. Like, how do you interpret that? Like, do you see that as just a hallucination, or do you see him kind of flirting with the afterlife in that?
Yeah, I see him doing that. It's like Ghost of Christmas Past or something.
Yeah.
Like, come Rick, let me show you what used to be. You know.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
Kind
of guiding him and being like, "Hey, this isn't over yet, though."
Yeah, and I mean, The Walking Dead doesn't do that, but they left it open to interpretation. I think really whether what do you want to believe? Do you want to believe that he's just flipping out from losing 20 gallons of blood, or do you think he's legit having these visions of like the pearly gates and stuff?
He's legit having visions. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Well,
it's Lonnie trying to make something out of nothing.
I mean, I don't know.
It is. I mean, yeah, he's delusional, but that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and I'll say
it's one and the same is what I'm trying to say.
The main reason that I'm gonna side with you on that is because they keep telling him to wake up at the precise moments that he needs to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's the equivalent of like feeling like you have to go to the bathroom while you're asleep,
and then you pee on yourself.
Like he's kind of half. It's like he's awake, and he knows the zombies are there, and so his brain is manufacturing all these things. I don't know, but I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna go with the afterlife angle of that. It was neat to see him kind of have some closure with Shane.
It was, and it was so funny to see them joke about Judith being his.
Yeah, that was really. At first, I was thinking hallucination, but the scene with Herschel is what brought me over to like, holy crap, he's meeting Herschel again. You know, like.
Why did it take you to get to that point? Why did that happen?
Because the whole thing with Shane was what I would think is just him hallucinating of what would happen. But I don't know, like the whole deal with the Herschel scene showed me like it had more of a sentimental love and touch.
Because you really like Herschel.
Yeah, I mean I like.
But
Shane.
Not to say that it didn't have a sentimental touch to every one of them.
Yeah.
But you felt that one more so because you liked him better than the other characters that came to see him.
Like I didn't really get the Sasha one that much because
she sacrificed everything though.
She did, but at the same time, her and Rick didn't really have a at least on-air relationship.
You don't think so?
Like tell me 3 times
that
they talk.
Not deep and personal. Tell you 3 times. I mean, I'm gonna tell you shit.
I mean, you know, just like.
I'm sorry, I don't study every episode of every little thing, so no, I don't remember that, and I can't tell you that right now.
I can't think of one time that they sit down and had a one-on-one.
It's the fact that she sacrificed herself for the entire group, just like he does on a constant.
Yeah,
that's what that's about.
And he actually sacrificed himself again, but at the end of the episode, he shoots the dynamite that falls over on the bridge. The bridge blows up. Zombies go falling, flaming into the water.
Oh, that was so fucking cool.
everybody thinks that he's dead.
Yeah,
And-
everybody's crying, and I'm like, oh God, they're so sad. Now I'm sad.
Which is great because now nobody's going to look for him.
No, well, I mean, not right at this moment, but you know, one of them is gonna feel like he's still out there, and they're gonna look for him. They ain't gonna find him, obviously, because he flew off in a helicopter.
Yeah.
But
Like, what was Jadis's Anna? Is it that her name, her real name?
Anne, I think is what
Yeah.
he said. I don't know.
She shows up. She just so happens to see Rick.
She was thinking about hijacking this helicopter.
Yeah.
Is what she was thinking about doing because she couldn't bear to bring Gabriel along.
Yeah.
And so then she was like, "Oh, let me save Rick. Let me redeem myself." I mean, that's pretty much what she thought.
Kind of makes you wonder what they're going to do with Rick, and I think that's going to be one of those questions that
Maybe they're gonna give him a robotic arm.
I'll go ahead and say. Like I actually want to go into the next episode preview here in a second, but the episode ends with the woman's, I think her name's Lydia, and like two other people, and they're running around, and they get attacked by zombies. They are saved. They hear like a girl's voice calling them from the woods. They run into the woods, and it's Judith. She's like 6 years older. She's a lot older. She's handling Carl's gun with a silencer on it. She's got Carl's hat, everything.
Yes, it was so
and
great.
so
I loved it so much.
she's already like come into her own. And you know, the next episode, things that are floating around the internet is saying 6 years later. So I'm assuming that's the time jump. So we jump into that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like how they didn't wait and they went ahead and jumped into it.
Yeah.
I think that was really well done.
That made me really, really want to watch next episode.
But we got to talk about Maggie and Negan. Now that shit
Look,
right there.
I'm going to go ahead and say
I was so glad they showed that. Because I didn't think we were going to see that.
this was not supposed to happen for like another 2 seasons.
Hate it for you.
But I'm not going to complain because
No, I'm so glad.
that scene happened outside of jail just like maybe 16 issues ago in the comic. I mean, it's been very recent. Like past
Really?
year and a half.
Oh, wow.
That was like one of the last things Negan ever did was have that confrontation with her. And that was like closing on them. But I'm really curious to see where they're going to go with Negan at this point because that was a very major
Hell, they
story.
showed him in the preview still in the jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of not what I expected, but
No,
what else are they going to do?
here's what happens. Negan has, I guess, come to terms by this point in the story, in the comic book. And as soon as Judith, so here's the thing, Judith, I'm assuming it's Judith, because you can tell Negan's talking to somebody. It's Judith.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Because she's probably been brought up to think Negan is like this boogeyman. But she's sneaking off down there to talk to him. And
because she's one of Rick's kids and they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know that he's probably telling her some half-truths and stuff like that. We're going to see the Negan, the redemption Negan. Like, he's going to start working. That the whole thing where I told you where somebody screws up and leaves his door open, that's going to happen, I almost guarantee it. But the thing, in the comic books, if I'm not mistaken, Carl's the one who finds this group of survivors. Then he brings them back. What happens, you know, after these people are there for a few days, they start realizing, hey, something's going on under this house. And so the woman who's the leader and the other two guys, they sneak in there at night. They go down there and they see Negan, and Negan pops up at the jail. Is like, "You've got to let me out of here. These people are crazy." Doing that thing.
Yes.
I'm not going to say how it ends, but he does that. He's like basically tries to make Alexandria look like the bad guys. Oh my God, they killed all my people. They did this. They did that.
Oh Jesus.
That's going to happen, and we're gonna slowly but surely see Negan redeem himself. But other than that, like I'll go ahead and say, this episode 11 11,
Oh, yeah.
11, 11, 11, 11,
Yes, definitely 11.
all the way across
episodes.
the board. This, I'm probably going to watch this episode at least one more time this week. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to sit down and just kind of process it. Read about it a lot, that kind of thing. But this episode is the best of the season, and I'm gonna go up there and say it might be the best episode ever because it's been great. It really
It was a really good episode. I don't know.
The way
Best-
Rick thought he was gonna go out.
One of the best episodes.
Well, the way Rick thought he was sacrificing himself, the way he was gonna go out.
Yeah.
The whole helicopter thing. They've taken him
Yeah,
away.
you really felt bad for him when he's telling them, "I'm not worth it." Like, don't try to save me. There's too many of them.
Yeah, because honest to God, if he hadn't destroyed the bridge, the Alexandria would have been overrun.
Oh yeah,
Like
there
there's
was
no way.
so freaking many of them. I mean, hell, you watched them go off the bridge in flames. They just kept coming like a conveyor belt. It was crazy.
Well, it was two very large herds
Yeah.
that merged into like a mega herd, like
Yep.
the population of like a medium-sized town.
Yes.
I mean, there were literally probably 10,000 or more, if not more than that.
Mhm.
But the next episode,
They're gonna show your whispers, aren't they?
it'll be in the next three.
The next three.
I almost guarantee
It'll be on a third. You think?
that it'll be on the third, probably
Yeah.
the way the episode's going to end. But I don't think they'll show the ending of an episode during the previews because we're already
No.
expecting it. It's not going to be some
Yeah.
huge surprise. Now it might be the end of like episode 6 or 7.
Mhm.
Either that or they'll get back and be like, oh, we heard them talking. Did you hear them like talk? Though?
Yes.
That was amazing.
Sounded just like zombies. That was so cool.
They made it like, and then they're noticing that the herd is just kind of, because what happens is the people, they walk among the herd, but they kind of guide the herd. They'll start walking in kind of a certain direction, and
Yeah.
the herd will just kind of go with them. But yeah, this is, oh God, this is going to be good. Like I think really the Walking Dead now is the best it's been in 2 years. Easy. We're at the level.
Yeah, because it's like you said, All Out War didn't really play out that well
No,
on
it
TV.
didn't translate to comic books or to TV show well at all.
Yeah,
They should have made that a half season and been.
I
done with it.
agree. There was no reason for it to go on like that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Everybody, once we got to there were 16 episodes in that season. We're like, oh yeah, All Out War. We made it to like episode 6 or 7 that season.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize there's not enough time left to wrap this story. There's not. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so once the first half wrapped, you realize, holy crap, we have another 8 episodes minimum before this is over with. And at that point, it just became let's just drag through these episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have some good parts scattered here and there, but I'm like the freaking biggest fan of The Walking Dead, and I'll tell you, those episodes, we had a lot of like 6s and 7s scattered around.
We did.
Now that was like everybody that watched, and they lost a lot of viewers. But I'm hoping that word of mouth shows that, hey, the show this is a good jumping on point. Come back. It's time. But yeah, we're going to see the Whispers the next 3 episodes. I can't wait. And everybody looks different. Carol's long hair.
Guys, loving
Yes.
that. It's so awesome.
I mean, it's going to be.
Looking like a rock star with that hair.
It looked like they had let Negan shave.
I only wish my hair would look that good during the zombie apocalypse, but I know better.
I mean, I don't think her hair looked great.
Oh yeah, it was brushed and shampooed, and it was nice looking.
Oh well, they
I
may
was
have
so jealous.
ways of creating like tree bark shampoo or something.
You said tree bark shampoo.
No, seriously, I actually read a book, like a survival book. You can find like certain trees in this area that you can chip the bark off and like soak it in water and it'll become like a soap
I
type.
think I would actually have to cut my hair in this on.
But yeah, this episode was like 11s, just 11s all over, 11s for days.
11s for days.
But yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna have to take the time to probably go watch The Talking Dead, and just because this is one of those episodes it's gonna take a lot of processing, a lot of rewatching and discussion online and that type of thing. So if you have any discussion or anything, feel free to drop comments, and I'll be popping in to give my thoughts and replies on whatever you might have to say.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm not recording. No.
It's like, okay.
But yeah, this is actually the first Spoiling Dead in a few years that we've not aired live, because right now our YouTube, we don't have live streaming.
Yeah.
So
because YouTube. Let's just leave it at
because
that.
YouTube, and we can't we could stream on Twitch, but we've got maybe
nobody watches.
Yeah, no, we don't have a big enough audience, and we would do it on Facebook, but despite having 30,000 fans, nobody looks at our videos. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, anything further?
No, I guess so. Let's wrap this.
Go ahead and wrap. We'll see everybody next week for episode 6, which I definitely cannot wait. It's gonna be some fun stuff.
Yay.
6 years later of episode 6. 6 for 6 or something.
666.
Trying to know this don't even. But anyway, we'll see everybody later on. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist out Chattanooga, Tennessee. See everybody next week. I'll be streaming all week, doing various different things. May even have a pretty good announcement coming up this week as far as some cosplayers, huh? I don't know. I'm not promising anything. It really just depends on what's happening. I don't know.
You ain't doing nothing.
I mean, I might. I have things happening. I have projects, Trapper Keepers. And
can you please?
I don't know. No promises.
I want to be able to watch tomorrow.
Holy Jesus. Maybe. Maybe I'll play for an hour or two. Who knows?
Okay, 12:30.
I don't know. No promises. Anyway. We'll see everybody probably this week or something.